Mahakam.
Look, Mount Carbon.
Damn. And I thought Novigrad was big.
Truth be told, I supported the Squire Telephone. Though I wish every last one of them dead. Long-eared bastards.
God damn, it looks good.
The Lyrians stepped inside Mount Carbon's bowels. Meve rode while looking upwards,
Thanks,
admiring the
thanks.
intricately carved ceiling, gilded walls, monumental bas-reliefs carved from basalt. Yet this was no time to admire the sights. Bruverhoog had summoned her to speak.
I thank you for your invitation, Elder.
My invitation? Choice term, lass. You wangled your way in here. Long I've lived, but ne'er have I seen a wench so stubborn.
With all due respect, do you not feel like a pot conversing with a kettle?
Ha! True enough. Changes of mind didn't come easy to me. But they do come at times. Human wars concern me not at all. For so many they are, who could count them? A year goes by without one wanking king invading another's realm. A dog with scabies is less restless. That's why, this morning, I aimed to send you off with nothing. Mattered not what the clans were saying. Rivia, Schmivia, who gives a sheep's fart? But that was this morn, before that daft wench and her pups attacked.
Gives a sheep's fart.
Nilfgaard supports the Scoia'tael, it's common knowledge. Nilfgaard uses them. Well, I'm nae worse, and I choose to use Queen Meve.
I shall be no one's tool, Bruver. I fight for my land and my land alone. Lyria and Rivia.
Ah, keep your head. You can fight for a free warfield, far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter. My aid doesn't come with conditions. Like to give Nilfgaard a warning, you ken. If you're going to rile my dwarves, throw 'em into the Scoia'tael ranks, you'll regret it, eh? But I'd like to issue the warning without declaring war. All clear to you so far? So, when you march out of Mahakam, you'll find a company of our foot dwarves waiting out with the gate. Officially, volunteers enlisting with you against my will. And you're to put them at the fore next time you face Nilfgaard. Want the Blackclads to break their teeth on our bucklers, get a taste of our axe blades. After that, dare say they'll think twice before they send more Scoia'tael into these hells.
I do not... Thank you, Elder. You restore my hope that I shall have my home back in the end.
Faith can move mountains, aye, but it can't do much about borders. I've watched you close, and must admit you're a plucky lass. That enough for Nilfgaard? Can I be sure?
We will see. We shall know soon.
Volunteer corps. Mahakam Mangler. Mahakam Shieldbearer.
I would like to march at once. So by your leave...
Nay, not granted. At once? What's that mean? Our laws are clear. Guests are to be sent off with a thundering feast. Even the humans.
Bruver, as was Bruver's wont, insisted. So the Queen accepted the invitation, but as was her wont, set a condition. The feast was to last but one night, and not, as was the wont of local custom, an entire week.
Feast of the entire week.
All clans were to be represented at the feast, save one, of course, the Zigrins. For they had already learned their punishment. The entire clan was banished from Mahakam. An exception was made for one of their number, for Gabor, who was beheaded before the day was done. When the sun had retired behind the peaks, the underground city came alive with the sound of bugles, bagpipes, and horns. The dwarves emerged out into the central square and danced exuberantly, sparks kicking up from their hobnail boots. The usually crabby Elder-in-Chief Hoog proved a cordial host that evening.
Let's drink, lest our neck shafts grow cobwebs!
Suddenly, a messenger arrived. Broover lifted his copper horn to his ear and listened with furrowed brow.
What's that? Speak up!
When she saw a sour grin on his face, Meve knew the tidings were not good. Yet she did not suspect they pertained to her directly.
Meve, you expecting anyone?
How's that?
Runner says a delegation's arrived at Carbon. Frae Lyria and Rivia. Got a Nilfgaardian escort.
How dare they? Traitors. Who leads it?
You'd best sit.
Who leads the delegation?
It's your son, Willem, I fear.
Willem.
Mahakam remains neutral as regards all your squabbles. I trust I needn't remind you. So I'll have no scrambling, no shoving, and certainly no bloodshed. Point of fact, I'd prefer it if you...
I wish to speak to him.
I'd forbid you, but, as I said, never seen a more stubborn wench. Alrighty then, jabber away with him. Just remember, hands to yourself.
Meve spotted banners, a Lyrian eagle upon one surrounded by Nilfgaard's black rags. Her hands became fists, showing how helpless she felt. Then her son and rival, Willem, emerged from behind a row of Imperial footmen.
My. I should apologize. It seems I missed the coronation. Congratulations, my son. Who was it who placed the crown? General Epdahi?
Count Caldwell.
Ah, yes. Our elder statesman. Why have you come here, of all places? To acquire arms for Nilfgaard?
As my official mission, yes. Yet unofficially, I wish to speak with you. I trust you've had tidings from the field. Edirn turned to ash and dust. Vizimir murdered Redania in chaos. Faltus forced to strike a pact by his vassals betrayed, Henselt the same.
This limerick, will it come to a point?
Why, yes. To the same as this war. Mother, I beg you, you must see it. Nilfgaard's victory is inevitable. Surrender now, and I shall show you mercy. For later it'll be too late.
There will be no later. We shall repel them, drive them south at the points of our pikes.
This we, Mother? Who precisely do you mean? You stand alone.
I prefer to stand alone over standing with Nilfgaard, with the invader, as you do.
Mother, in declaring for the Empire, I saved the lives of thousands of our subjects.
And in so doing, our honor lost.
Folk who had their huts burned down care deeply about our honor. Is that truly your belief? When I was crowned, a fact you deride, though that makes it no less true, I swore the good of my subjects would guide me. And a war we are doomed to lose cannot in any way benefit them.
And slavery can. You know well the Blackclads put peasants in chains, like cattle.
Reprehensible, I agree, but...
And resettlement? Forced labor? Cruel laws that make death the punishment for the slightest offenses? Are those benefits? Well, answer me!
I see I will not sway you, Mother. A shame, though I take comfort in the fact I tried. And now, adieu.
Oh no, I, not you, will decide when this conversation is over.
Oh, have we anything else to discuss?
Are you perhaps aware that the Nilfgaardians tried to kill me?
What? No, I heard only about an avalanche.
Which tumbled down through no small effort of an Imperial envoy.
Never would I have agreed to such a heinous act.
I believe you.
I'm heartened that, despite all we...
I believe you because I believe the Nilfgaardians wouldn't ever have asked your opinion. Think on it, son. Are you their ally or their tool? Can you ever be sure?
I am the king. Might I leave now? Or is there more?
Naturally. How did you know you would find me here?
I received Nilfgaardian reports to the effect that you've been seen in the pass.
Oh, roses are red and so are your cheeks, my son. As ever when you're caught in a lie. Lyria is 2 weeks' travel hence. Had you received word only once I was here, we'd have been long gone from Mahakam by the time you assembled a force and completed the march. No. You were forewarned of our intended route. It means I've a traitor in my ranks. Another one. Get out of my sight, villain. And pray we only ever face one another on neutral ground.
Meve struggled inside not to turn and gaze once more at her son. He'd changed since they'd last faced each other, grown manlier, and he wore the crown well. The Queen returned to the banquet hall. Her advisors shot her questioning glances, curious what she had discussed with Bruvor. But Meve decided to keep the details to herself. One of them wore a Nilfgaardian lead around his neck. Until she knew who, she would have to remain vigilant.
Feasting's done, Reynard. We must consider our next move.
I've thought on it, Your Grace. We've strength enough to hit the foe, but still not the numbers to face him in open battle.
So what do you propose?
This war we cannot win alone, nor even with the dwarves at our side. But if we secure a victory, small yet symbolic, we shall show the other realms of the north all is not yet lost. Thus, I propose we attack behind the front lines, somewhere well clear of any major Imperial force.
Where would you suggest?
I'm considering Angren. To begin with, a thickly wooded marshy land, always helpful in clandestine operations. Secondly, the land's strategically important, as it's the chief source of building material for Nilfgaard's fleets.
All too little, I fear. Since we require a victory that would be symbolic, we must strike where it shall hurt. And Angren...
Just recently welcomed a new regent, in the person of Count Coldwell. My third argument. Naturally, if Your Majesty wishes, I'm prepared to present alternatives to this.
No need. We march at dawn.
Meve had toiled, cajoled, persuaded, and gained the dwarves' support. She left Mahakam strengthened, markedly. Even so, the Queen was in a foul mood. For it was clear a traitor, a viper, nested among the Lyrians. Someone who had conveyed the Queen's plans to her foe. From this moment on, Meve would need to weigh every word she uttered, even in the presence of her closest associates.
Your Grace, we must plot our course forward. Shall we take the western passage into Angren, or...
Not now.
What happened
When
with the
then?
video?
Dawn approaches, yet we know nothing of where...
I will not repeat
Bloody
myself.
bugs.
The Queen knew she would learn the traitor's identity in the end. If need be, she would tear the name from the throat of another turncoat, Count Caldwell. Meve drooled at the prospect of seeing Caldwell in chains, then passing him to the hangman.
Saddle the horses. I shall take the fore.
This is
The
far
time for
from over.
diplomacy, for preparations and negotiations had gone. Meve was to attack her foe at last, and she could not wait to do so.
It's far from over.
At long last, Meve's force reached Angren's marshy woods. Ever been? No? Count yourselves lucky.
You certain we haven't lost our way?
Alas, here there is no way. We continue south, that's all.
South meaning the bottom.
Should you ever venture there, I offer you this advice. Do your utmost to make no noise. Poor soul. His comrades cried out, reached out, but alas, amidst frothing waters they heard bones cracking, the moan of metal bent and crushed.
What the... bloody hell, what was that?
Rather not know, personally.
Hold your positions! Arms at the ready!
It was a glusty war. One of many the Lyrians would encounter along their path. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At last, Meve and her force stood upon the Yaruga's bank. To find and punish the traitor Caldwell, they would have to cross the river. Yet the sole bridge nearby was in Nilfgaard's hands.
Your Majesty? Some new reports require your attention.
Holy shit. It's another big map. The game is long, goddammit. All areas revealed. Let's begin. Oh yeah, I got this. Right. New units. There's a lot of new stuff. What do they do? Order damage all enemies that share the same power with each other by 2. Mahaka Mangler. Move 2 units with the same power to the other row on their side. Set unit power equal to Mahakam's shield bearer power. Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2, then discard the rest. Blood is great. All eyes on the row by 4. Spawn and play 2 random trinkets. Move 6 random enemies to the other row and damage them by 2. Nice target. Slinger. 3 minutes. Embark. Longplay. Now I can just destroy. Yeah, that's baby already destroy so. I want to test this. Lyria cavalry. Play a copy of this unit from your deck. No, that's Strays of Spala. Damage a unit by 5, it's overall with fire, damage all units on it by 5. To craft them. Strays of Spala. Shit is costly. Test him out too. That's about it. Don't need anything else.
Yes, Your Grace?
Reynard, you fought in the first war against Nilfgaard, did you not?
Yes, Your Grace. Though, as a mere captain then.
Were they equally cruel? Did they scorch fields? Turn peasants into slaves?
No, Your Grace. They fought with honor in those days.
So,
Nilfgaard
what's
with
happened?
honor.
Why the change?
It's said Emperor Emir var Emrys's heart hardened over the years. He's grown crueler, more ruthless. His soldiers' zeal for violence has followed suit.
But you don't say that.
No, Your Grace.
To your mind, why do they now despise us as they war against us?
'Tis ever easier to loathe those you know. Before the first war, they knew nothing about us. Then they saw they'd the better weapons, larger cities, superior craft. But in our towns, waste flowed through the streets in open gutters, and they concluded we weren't their equals. It's far easier to kill when one holds such a belief.
It's time I attended to other...
Hey ho, how's my favourite queen in the north?
Ever have regrets? Feel remorse?
For what?
Oh, I don't know. Killing innocents, perhaps? Murdering travellers, pilgrims?
I've always warned them. Won't touch a hair on your heads, provided you don't resist. So, see, gave them a choice. Besides, innocents? Please, Meve. We both know those to be mythical creatures. Everyone's got something on their conscience.
So there's always call for murder?
That's right. Dead right. You need but answer it.
It's time I attended to...
Yes, my lady?
I haven't had the opportunity to thank you. Had you not been so alert, we'd have fallen to our deaths in Mahakam.
I merely did my duty, Your Majesty.
Modest as ever. Yet once the war is over, I shall make certain you're properly rewarded.
My lady, the one reward I desire is victory. Your victory.
Other matters await my
As you wish.
Yes? To see Scoia'tael in Mahakam, I was quite surprised. To see them attack their own.
Their own? Ha! They hate humans, sure, but those non-humans who won't join in their struggle, they hate far more. Collaborators, they call them. Traitors to their races. Murder them in cold blood to make others join out of fear. Only way to replenish their ranks, truth be told.
I'm led to think we may owe the Scoia'tael more compassion. Seems so many enlisted under duress that...
Hold, madam, truly? And how would you tell those from the others, who grasp their weapons willingly? Those whose hearts have turned black from sheer hatred?
I know not for certain, but to question them might be a start.
And what? Think you'd hear the truth from them? From elves? No. Exceptions are a clear road to human blood spilt. All Scoia'tael must die. Leave the gods to sort the wheat from the chaff.
I see. Let's change the subject, shall we? I must go.
You need my help with anything? Anything at all?
Ever travelled with an army before?
Frankly, can't say that I have. You folk are my first. And let me say, it's not nearly as dull as I expected. Your travelling companions are fascinating, truly.
Is that so? Who, if I might ask?
Let me think. Well, Rayla, a charming lass. So sweet. Asked if she'd help me test out the Skylicker too. She immediately offered to shove me off the nearest cliff. And just between the two of us, the quiet chap, Xavier, gives me the willies, truth be told. Could just be on account of his face looking like a piece of taffy stuck to the sole of a boot. Who else? Oh, right, a word of advice. Never play Gascon at cards. He's a hustler, that one. And he tells tall tales. About debts, specifically, ones that I supposedly owe him. And the Reynard fellow. What a jester. Always good for a laugh.
I'm sorry, what?
Every day he barks at me, stand at attention, with a perfectly straight face. And last, he asked asked if I'd served in the Norm army. I mean, really. Sometimes I just can't with that man.
Very thorough, Barnabas. Time I attended to other matters.
Ah, yes, you're still here.
Too bad the others are not here. I lost the witch and I lost Ache. So 2 are out. No, and minute warp at 1, 2. So 5, 3 missing. Can acquire 8 of them. Let's play. Yaruga.
Hidden among brambles, Meve watched the Nilfgaardian sentries atop the palisade. In full gear, alert in stance, they looked sharp and ready to defend the stronghold.
Blast!
Meve hissed, for she now knew Red Lobendon would not fall by surprise. A siege would be needed, and it would slow her advance. Yet there was naught she could do, as this was her one road to Angren and to Caldwell. Reynard wiped the sweat from his brow, donned his helmet, and dropped his visor with a tap.
On your command, Your Majesty.
You're forced to attack Red Lobendon, or you're forced to stand down. Attack.
Very well. We mustn't delay. Reynard, our plan of attack. Armoured infantry to lead and take the first salvo upon their breast, scaling ladders to follow. Afterwards...
Masterful. Truly masterful.
Interrupted Gascon.
Yet, despite the mastery, fit to be improved.
How, namely?
Hold back your force. Lie in waiting. I'll take 10 good men and open the gates for you. Wide.
And how do you aim to achieve this?
Asked Reynard.
Knock and claim to be a trinket peddler, I suppose. Or perhaps one of Lebioda's devout disciples.
Must you know every last detail? Where's the fun in that, sir?
There's none in warfare. Never.
Seethed Reynard.
For war is no farce. Your Majesty, he stands no chance. Not the slightest.
None at all, I concur. Yet his eagerness intrigues. Let's see what he can do.
Reynard did not approve of Meve's decision, this was clear. Yet he dared not undermine it. The Queen's blessing now his, Gascon assembled a small force and set off, straight for the stronghold gate.
Lambs to the slaughter,
muttered Reynard, shaking his head.
My Queen, it's not too late. We can always...
Shh! Look,
Already at the gate, Gascon lifted his arm in a gesture of peace, then merrily bantered a bit with the guards. A moment later, the gates jerked into motion.
But how?
no matter. The gate stands open. We must attack.
Meve raced off towards the fortress without even glancing back. She knew well her soldiers would follow.
He could be a traitor, though. We'll find out. I doubt the rest of them are. Yeah, it's probably this one. It can be Reinhardt. It's a shortened battle. Every 4 turns, their star draw a card if you're losing. That doesn't matter, it's a shortened battle. All we need is a good draw. Every 2 turns, their star destroy a random guardian ally. Passes to the other side. Play a trinket from a graveyard, give it the ult. Yeah, I can play a trinket, then him, then trinket again, and kill them all. Why the fuck not? Rayla for draw, reset draw, get draw. There's more draw. And even more draw. I like this. Yes.
Oh! Ha ha! The strays have come to play!
I need to be careful. I can't kill them. Because this shit deals 4 to all damaged enemies though.
Left, right, left, right.
The chase is on!
I need to damage them. All of them. That's a strong start. I'm gonna draw a card. There's start summon copy of this unit from your deck.
What do you want of me?
Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. I had to play him. I didn't expect.
What's the hell, mate? You've got a pot turned over.
There we go. Clear.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard!
What the fuck, I can't target you. Because it's a boss. No, it doesn't matter.
Us or them. No other way.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Jesus Christ, bullshit.
Catch! My pain serves a purpose.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
It's enough.
A shame I have no time.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
You are irritating, are you? Oh shit. No, what are you doing? Why do you mark him? Idiot!
One red Lobington for you, milady. Compliments of
Well
that.
died.
Gascon seemed a fiend as he fought his way to the keep, then single-handedly killed the commander. Suddenly leaderless, the Nilfgaardians laid down their arms.
My, Gascon. Colour me surprised.
Pleasantly so, I trust.
Don't fish for compliments, it doesn't suit you. Besides, you know you deserve both medal and title.
I shall hold you to it, my queen.
In due course. But I must know how. What ruse persuaded the Nilfgaardians to open the gate?
Come, my delightful charms, no ruse.
Ah, I see. Not one to share secrets.
Unremarkable, as I see it. I'd hold my tongue too, were my conscience thus burdened.
I've done naught to hide my shameful past, friend. I was a brigand, indeed, yet...
Do not dare take me for a fool. You know of what I speak.
Yet I don't. Reynard, what is this? What the devils is with you?
Your Grace, in Mahakam, the Nilfgaardian letter we managed to intercept. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. 'Twas Gascon who told us Caldwell had received Angren to rule. 'Twas Gascon who suggested we ride for Lobington. Here, the Blackclads willingly opened the gate, for they expected him to deliver a prisoner. You!
Yes. I might have expected as much. When captive, I asked you why you'd chosen to aid me. Your answer was odd and unconvincing.
Meve!
It's your majesty, you rogue.
What do they promise you? Amnesty? Coin in heaps?
Both. I knew Nilfgaard wouldn't parley with me as a matter of course. To be treated seriously, I needed something they valued. A stroke of luck, it was, the chance to free you from Caldwell's grip. 'Twas in Aedirn that we first spoke. Then came to an understanding after Rosberg's fall.
Why do I still live then? Why not snatch me under Knight's mantle? Drag me to Red Lobendon in chains?
Meve. I sought to sell you out, I did, and aimed to gain by it. Yet in Aedirn, you earned my respect. In Mahakam, my admiration. I swore then I wouldn't follow the terms of the accord I'd made. Instead, I'd let you into the fort and make damn sure the Commandant couldn't reveal the truth. Alas, seems I underestimated Reynard.
Flattery will get you knout. You, sir, are a traitor.
Oh, please, friend. You appear to me a pot that calls the kettle black.
Reynard? What does he mean?
I've no notion, your grace. Not the slightest.
Truly? Ha! And I had you pegged for a man of honor. Come now, Reynard. Who sent secret missives to Willem? Go on, you really should tell your queen.
What? Reynard?
His Highness guest chambers in Mahakam. One of my lads snuck in. Found a letter bearing the signature of one Reynard Odo.
Reynard, I beg you. Say it's not so. Tell me it's a filthy lie.
Your grace. I'd hoped His Highness and you would reconcile. To see son stand against mother rent my heart. I wish to help.
Behind my back.
Your Majesty, I sought merely to push the youth to see reason, to open his eyes.
So say you now. Yet I can't know what was in the letters. I can't know what pacts you made. And alas, I can no longer take you at your word.
I'm not alone in having deceived. Yet I am in repairing my wrong.
Meve felt a tempest rise inside her. Yet she could not release it lest it cloud her view. She would solve the problem, strike it from her mind, and resume her journey at once.
As she looked past these betrayals, this once I'll ever wish to see you, Gascoigne, alas Reynard, must us part, out of my sight both. No, I need them, they're way too good. She looked past these betrayals this once.
Drawn and quartered I should have you both. Yet in truth, I cannot do without your aid. Now more than ever. 'Tis the one reason I show mercy and forgive.
Your grace, perhaps made with doubt, but 'tis the right decision. I shall prove it. Thank you.
Reynard and I rarely see eye to eye, but under the circumstances, I second his every word.
Oh, shut your damn traps. And I believe you're needed in the wagon train. Now!
The Queen's wish was clear and fierce. Gascoigne and Reynard slid off, leaving Meve to her thoughts. From the palisade's rampart, Meve gazed out over the marshlands across the Iruga. The Queen sighed deeply. She expected great challenges in Angren. She had also expected, even hoped, to find the one traitor in her midst. But two, and both her close aides-de-camp. She felt a weight upon her heart now.
Blast it all.
She muttered.
Not the first dagger I've taken in the back. Likely not the last either. Yet to pity my lot will help not at all.
From the captive Nilfgaardians, Meve learned Caldwell was at Tuzla Castle, in Angren's very heart. A small detachment would remain at Red Lobendon, while the Queen with the rest of her force set off to face the treacherous Count.
The treacherous Count. Alright,
Savarut, Nordling, Netamar, Kotefme, Savarut.
Nazis of the Witcher world. Nilfgaardians.
I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you fret. I'll keep a close eye.
We're gonna go here. The puzzles, There they are. Bloody puzzles. Player chests. Bullshit. Up we go.
No two ways to it. Charming this county the Blackclads granted Coldwell to rape.
Yes, a gift so lovely Coldwell could not refuse. At Dahi, it seems, wished to be rid of the Count, so as to rule Lyria alone.
I do wonder why they quarrelled.
Coldwell wished to rule by Willem's hand, and by his claim. Of little benefit to Nilfgaard, so the general disapproved.
As do I. By all means.
Yes. They're drinking. Bloody hell, the map is huge. What are you? Vampires. Draw for Reinhardt. Let's draw. Draw. Like this. Kataka. And Vampires played, boosted by 2.
What you looking at?
Ah, shit.
Yeah, yeah!
Whatever.
Again and again and again.
Mara. This is nice.
You'll never take me alive!
This is bloody nice.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Piece of shit.
We'll catch 'em all!
Damage by 5. It's no with fire.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Damage by 5 again. Just take damage.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Doesn't give me back the arbalist. Alright, whatever. 67. I haven't won yet. Create a trinket.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Can boost your allies, give them immune. Yo. Now it's a win. This is good. Oh, both of you. Nice. We win this. Plus I can redraw. 2 cards only. I don't want to redraw anything. I'll try like this. It should be a win.
Left, right, left, right.
Every turn on turn start, drain the lowest enemy unit by 1. God.
I smell a leak.
Are you? You're fucking kidding me.
You mad? Don't shake that!
I'm lacking draw, goddammit. There is no way I can win this. We'll wait for the next round. Took away my draw. I set it very hard.
Again and again and again.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Tell me you jest.
This could hurt.
Motherfuckers.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
That's the white of an eye from half a league away.
There's still someone. Of course. It's bloody annoying with us still. It's really annoying.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
They should be.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Something from nothing? It's exactly what I do.
This card is OP. Revives trinkets. It's bloody OP. I like it. If I left Underworld Ascendant, worse I did. And I enjoy good laugh, but yeah, enjoy the game, no. Should give you some extra coin when you finish battle with 0. And we upgrade anything. Yeah, if I make worst games of 2018, it's gonna take #1 spot. More vampires. Really? What's this? 500 wood, I need wood. Fuck soldiers, I need wood. There. You're catching fish. Okay, catch fish. Fix the bridge. Oh my. Puzzle. Let's see the puzzle. Spores. Eliminate all Archispores without letting any allies die. Is that so?
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't stay.
am I supposed to do this?
One bullet's all I need.
They need to go into fire. That's how. How do I make them go to fire? Need to hit them, align them, and make them go into fire. Oh my god, stupid fucking puzzle. Let's see.
One bullet's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command. Armor won't serve.
No, fuck, boost him, shit.
Lyria! One bullet's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command. Armor won't save.
That was easy. I haven't had an easy puzzle for a long while. We're disgusting in Mahakam.
The Lyrians came to a crossroads. As Meve and her scouts conferred about the proper path to take, a footman, of a sudden, collapsed upon the muddy ground. His comrades strove to rouse him. Alas, to no avail. Meve called for a medic. One arrived, post-haste. He checked for wounds, a heartbeat, all else for which a medic checks. Then he peered down the soldier's throat. In a flash, he was on his feet, his hand over his mouth, backing away.
What's with him? What's wrong?
The Queen asked, her eyes darting between the medic and his patient.
Typhus exanthematicus, Your Grace.
Replied the physician, wiping his hands with a spirit-soaked cloth.
Typhus fever.
Contagious?
Extremely, I fear. Though not yet at this stage. The spots are but in his mouth for now. Tomorrow he'll be blotched all over. It's then the disease turns infectious.
I see. What about a cure? Is one known?
The medic gazed at Meve, shook his head and shrugged. On a cloth laid on the ground, the afflicted convulsed and mumbled feverishly.
What does one do in such a case?
Your Majesty, it sounds cruel, I know, but we must leave him and march on. Else our force could be decimated by an epidemic in the ranks.
The entire force I cannot risk for but one man,
said the Queen to the medic.
We leave him.
Your Grace, we oughtn't let the others know. They'll march ahead. We'll linger a bit so no one...
Out of the question. Those who fight for me, I will not deceive.
The Queen assembled the force and laid bare her intention. She would leave the ailing man to waste away and die. Those who knew him pleaded, protested, cursed the heavens. But Meve was unmoved and gave the order to march. She then rode at the fore, to hide her eyes that could not hold the tears she wept.
It's a smart thing to do. I can't allow him to spread the disease.
'Tis a land of monsters. Belongs to them, it does. Human folk are naught but guests here. Beware, me lady. Watch out for leeches especially. They'll slip in your knickers, give 'em half a chance. No matter what they think. Nilfgaardians won't last long here. Come a time, they'll leave gladly. Just like all the others. Ye've a good heart, my lady. If you'll not have victuals, please, take this. Elf engraving or some such.
When I find it. ask for wood. Yeah, I need wood. Definitely take wood. Hello, hello. By the way, Rabbi, have you seen the entire video of bugs? Strange though. Swamps. Let's see. I doubt it's gonna be easy as the previous puzzle. Spawn torrential rain all rows. Start damage to random units in this row. Remove torrential rain from this row and add stray slinger card to Meve's hand. One of that question. Turn on turn end if there is no torrential rain in the row. Run this unit to that row and spawn Lyria and Arbalest. Destroy the water head.
Arbalest, your command.
What? Move the water keg one row below, one row up.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
It's war you want? Then war you shall have!
Water keg. Hey, it should be down, not up. Fuck. Alright. First we go down. Gave up on picking up resources. I'll do the same once I upgrade everything. I'll do the same. Low.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
For Lyria and Rivia! For the north!
One bullet's all I need.
Return on turn end if there is no torrential rain in the row in front of this unit. Move to that row and spawn Lyria and Arbalest in your hand. Water keg, one row up.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Give me a target. Arbalest, your command.
This puzzle was easy. Previous one was also easy. This one was easier. Puzzles in Mahakam were way much tougher. It's like they were left out of ideas for puzzles for this area. And the game is already way too long. We'll see. What is this?
For no visible reason, the Lyrian column came to a halt. Meve stood in her stirrups in a bid to see the cause. Something had blocked the way, it seemed. Something large. A tree felled by a storm, or an abandoned wagon, the Queen thought. Neither was true. A boulder huge as a barn lay in their path. Footmen had slung ropes around it, planted their feet, and now sought to pull it aside. It did not budge an inch.
Perhaps I could assist you.
Meve turned in her saddle on hearing the voice. Several travelers in faded robes warily crept from the trees. A young woman with long, light-colored hair led the way.
You don't much resemble a rock troll.
Said the queen, eyeing the slender stranger skeptically.
But go on, do try.
The fair-haired lass crouched beside the stone, closed her eyes, and began to whisper. Horses whinnied and tugged at their reins. A hound howled in the distance. And then, the boulder rolled to the side like an apple across the deck of a boat rocked by seas.
Who are you? Do tell.
A druid.
Came her calm response.
This stone. It stood in our circle.
The woman silently turned toward the wood. Meve followed her gaze, and among the trees saw other large stones, cracked and scorched.
What happened here?
We refused the Nilfgaardians' aid,
Answered the druid.
so they raised our shrines. Though, perhaps it's a blessing.
A blessing? How so?
A darkness fell upon Angren a time past, and it grows. The forest turns savage, its creatures drunk on blood. Folk have come to worship other cruel gods. It's time we abandoned this land forsaken and went south, to Kedmerkvid.
You may join us if you wish.
Our path leads south too, though not as far.
Said the queen.
Do join us. Given the times, there's safety in numbers.
The druids agreed, and were grateful. They walked at the rear of the column, muttering prayers, their faces concealed beneath hoods.
Is that shit smart? Is it a card? What is it? It's not a card. Notify me if it's a card. Lyrian Hajduk. Give one charge to the card on the right. Summon all copies of this unit. Damage unit by 2. It was destroyed. Repeat this ability. Fuck that. Yeah, I find it way too easy. You don't need to switch decks. It's a very casual game. Only puzzles sometime can make, you know, like 5 attempts tops, and that's about it. But only puzzles. If the entire game was in puzzles, then it's a different story. I fucked the multiplayer chest. Raise morale here. They should stick with puzzles only, and it would be great. If they do standard battles like this, then they needed to make them harder, especially on harder difficulties. They really needed to make them harder. Ancient Fault. 4 turns North Star, destroy the lowest unit. Damage an random enemy by the power of the destroyed units. The lowest unit.
The chase is on! We must trust each other.
God! Why you? 21 cards here, draws Raynar.
Left, right, left, right.
Ow!
about slings. They hide well.
I'll keep Rayla. Keep on without Rayla.
Again and again and again.
You're gonna destroy someone. Ekimara. It's going to take someone now. More draw.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Fire. I should pass this. Do I need to play? I don't want to play. They can win, they got a lot of cards I need to play. Do like this. Hope they'll pass. Smart enough and pass. Draw. Are you kidding me?
I saw them. No other way.
Doesn't matter, it's a win. 3 draws. Morella. Alpha Garcane. In hand deck or on the battlefield, boosts self by 1 where enemy takes damage. Right. These trinkets. Create a trinket. Get her on fire.
You mad? Don't shake that! My pain serves a purpose.
Damage unit by 5. It's on the roll with fire.
Looking to dance, mate?
What? It's on the roll with fire. Damage all units only by 5. Are you kidding me? Where's the damage? You bugged out. Motherfucker. Others. Get draw.
Left, right, left, right.
Play a trinket.
A dram of glue, a bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
It's fine, whatever.
Wait, you're
7,
serious?
12.
Hey?
Get back in fire. Damage a unit by 5 on deploy. It's in a row with fire, damage all units on it by 5. Shoot damage by 5.
What you looking at?
Bugged out, bastard. Damage it now.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth? I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Just roll on for the main quest. I mean, come on. I doubt I'll skip anything important. From where do we go though? Fuck the golden chest. What Here. Can do. Come on. Proclamation. Holy shit, you're far away. Let's see if I can find something interesting. A Kimara. Guardian flag. I don't know what's this. It looks like a standard bell. Let's see what it is. At home. All goes. Come on. Bloodthirsty, I'll consume the top unit in your graveyards while the nice compliment. Fuck off. Beans! Half the power of 3 ejected enemy units. Really? Alright.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Favorite cut of lamb? The shank.
Now you damage, but we're on the road with fire, you don't. Bloody strange.
Left, right, left, right.
Hey, this fiend's strong, eh?
Catch!
He got strong. Just left a bit.
Yeah, yeah!
Hey?
You already passed!